So the summer safety plan, uh, it was announced a few weeks back, but like I said, it didn't really get like a lot of coverage like that, Just looking at the violence that plagues the city, like day in and day out, every weekend you kind of hearing, you know, them talking about like, oh, what happened and this and that. It would seem like this would be on the forefront, like, oh, this is our summer safety plan. And as I said before, like, what role does the media actually play? Because they're the people who are presenting, these images as well as these stories to you. So it's like if they tried to make you feel safer, and not necessarily just report it like, like one-sided news, and actually like called both sides out, like I think it would be a better situation, like the summer safety plan is, like I haven't read it, you know what I'm saying? But, just listening to what they were talking about, it seems similar to what they were doing like last year, last summer, talking about this holistic approach. But yeah, the reality is like, I don't know. Like, I really think you all need to like partner with more like grassroots organizations. Like, I know you all are working with multiple organizations, but as I've stated before, like most of the people who are really going to be affected by all of the issues that you all are trying to combat, like they're not aware of like a lot of the stuff that you all are talking about. So as I was saying, I believe the outreach and the data collection portion is more like of an issue that you all need to kind of like tend to, because it's like you have access to ShotSpotter, you have access to, just say AB7, they have like their neighborhood crime, statistics. I've worked with a couple different people and I've seen some of the data collection, tools that they are utilizing, within each district. So the reality of it is like, how are the dots being connected? Like, yeah, like you have all the data points, and you have, the issues where you could kind of see that, oh, it's been like, you could kind of look and see that, oh, it's been historically crime, in this area for like the past 20 years. Like they have maps with the data. And I'm not even talking about like ShotSpotter, I'm just talking about in general, like as far as like people affiliated with COPA, the Civilian Office of Police Accountability, like, yeah, so I don't really see a lot of this data being put to use, as well as, trying to like eliminate crime. I'm gonna just keep it real, like real talk. It's like I grew up watching The Wire, like, and I remember one of those episodes, I think the chief was showing, like he was showing one of the officers like, oh, it was a murder here, like, like a couple days ago, and then he like went to like a live camera feed and it's literally like, people are there like kicking it and doing like whatever. So it's just like, I don't know, just like the way things are being addressed, like, yeah, it just kind of doesn't add up, Like I said, I'm from the South Side, the far South Side, the Hunnits to be exact. And right now, currently, my studio is on the West Side. And coming from the South Side and being on the West Side, like it's totally different. You know what I'm saying? Like just to keep it 100, like a lot of stuff that I see people do on the west side, people would not like do on the south side, you know? Like so it's just crazy, you know? Like for real. Like and not to say that oh they're not doing like yeah, they do it wherever, but I'm just saying like it's not something that was like normalized, you know, to whereas you know, like, oh, it's like 100 people like standing outside on this block, and the police are like right there, you know, like just sitting there, you know. Like that doesn't go down on the South Side, you know. I'm just saying, you know. Like, I mean, you may see 100 people on the block, but the police ain't there. You know, that's all I'm saying. So, and it's just, I'm not sure. You know, maybe this is above my pay grade, and maybe I should, you know, stick to doing what I do, you know what I'm saying, and maybe just trying to talk about it. But, you know, if we all are really trying to, you know, chase the common goal of making this a better and equitable city for all of us, especially in all 77 neighborhoods, we all need to collectively take a stance and have like one common goal that we're chasing after. You know, it's not about like saying, oh, we want this community to be safe and, you know, this one could, you know, it's been like this for forever. Like, no, like the reality of it is like it's an all hands on deck effort and we need to hold the people who could really make a difference accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when I say that, I'm talking to like the elected officials, as far as like the aldermen, you know, the people within the different, you know, the people who work for different state representatives, you know, the Congress people. Like, I mean, it's a lot of people who could create some change that could affect your daily life, you know, and you know, we're not necessarily holding them accountable, you know, and they have issues that they're dealing with, but you know, with you being one of their constituents, they really are working for you, you know, so they should be going to bat for you and addressing whatever issues you and your community feel isn't just. So that's all. Like I say, I rock with them in their summer safety plan, but you know, what's up with the outreach? You know, like why I haven't heard from like none of you all. Like I've been doing these videos forever, and like I've reached out. Like I don't even want to kind of get into that. You know, like for real. Like I've reached out. You know, like tons of times. You know, like and it's crickets. You know, like I say, I'm cool with certain aldermen, so I won't say that, you know, but it's usually the alderman that's not in the ward that I'm in or the ward that I'm, you know, trying to create change in. So, yeah. How do you feel about it? You know, do you think you're going to be safer this summer or, you know, are you trying to leave Chicago? Do you feel it's just too much or like what? You know, or do you feel they're doing a great job, you know? So, but yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like Mayor Brandon Johnson, Superintendent Larry Snelling, you know, like if we could have a conversation, that would be great, you know. Because like I said, we all trying to do the same thing, you know. We trying to make this a better Chicago for all of us. So I think having insight from all sides will definitely help, you know, and like me being a person who's lived in Chicago like my whole life, on all sides, you know. So I've seen a lot, you know. Yeah, what's up? Like, are we in this together, or you know, or what? You know, that's all. But we got to detox Chicago together. Like, there ain't really no other way around it, you know. Real talk.